everyone and welcome to Akshata's recipes. Thanks for stopping by. Well, today's recipe is a traditional Christmas recipe which is called coconut ice. It is completely veg and it is made with very few ingredients which are easily available. So I hope you like this recipe, and please go and check out all my other Christmas recipes. All you have to do is go to my homepage on Akshata's recipes and there is a small little search button. Just go and type Christmas and click and you'll get a whole load of recipes. I'll also be leaving a link to all my recipes in my description box as well as the comments box. So if you want to see a particular recipe, say milk cream, you just go and click on the link. It'll take you directly to my recipe. So friends, without much further ado, let's go ahead and make this amazing coconut ice. We are going to line a deep dish with some baking paper or parchment paper, as it is easier to remove the coconut ice once it is set. Now in a large bowl, we are going to take 4 cups of desiccated coconut, which is 250 grams. So I've already measured it. Now to this, we are going to add 125 grams of icing sugar or 2 cups of icing sugar, and we're going to give this a very nice mix so that the desiccated coconut and the icing sugar gets mixed very well together. Now once the icing sugar and the coconut is mixed well, we're going to add 1 tin of condensed milk, which is around 400 grams. So pour all the condensed milk into this coconut and sugar mixture, and we're going to give this a thorough mix. Now this coconut ice is such an easy recipe because there's no cooking involved, there's no baking involved. It's just mixing these 3 ingredients together, which is so easy and simple and very quick too. Now using your hands, knead this well till it forms a nice soft dough and everything gets well mixed together. Now once our dough is formed, we're going to take another bowl and we're going to make this dough into 2 equal halves. Now to one of the halves, I'm going to be adding a rose pink color. You can add any color of your choice. You can either color one red, the other green, keeping with the Christmas theme. You can keep the entire mixture white. You can do whatever you like. You can keep it blue, you can give it yellow, whatever suits your fancy. Add that color. But I like this pink and white combination, so I'm going to stick with this pink and white. So once you mix in the color very well, now you can use any food color, gel or the liquid. Now we're going to put the white mixture first and we're going to pat it down till it forms an even layer and is spread out evenly all over the dish. So gently using your fingertips, just tap it down till it gets nicely packed. Now we're going to put the pink dough on top of the white dough and do the same thing. Just pat it down. I'm using a little bit of, first I'm patting it down with my spatula. And then by putting a little butter or ghee on my fingertips, it makes it much easier to pat it down lightly and make it and spread it out evenly so that it covers all of the white. Now this dough is very easy to work with. So just gently pat it down all over. And then with your spatula, just to give it an even and nice finish, again pat it down gently all over. Now you can put this into the refrigerator to set for 2-3 hours, but I find cutting it up into squares before refrigerating it helps in cutting the squares once it is nice and set. So I'm cutting up the squares, and then we have to refrigerate it for at least 2 to 3 hours till everything comes well, it gets integrated well together. Now you can go ahead and decorate this also with some little mistletoe or whatever decoration you would like. I'm leaving it plain, and now I'm putting it into my refrigerator to set for 2 to 3 hours. Now this coconut ice has a long shelf life if you refrigerate it also. And now after 2 to 3 hours, our coconut ice is all ready to demold. So I'm just taking it out from the deep dish. And now with a very sharp knife, I'm just going over the lines that I cut initially so that I get even pieces. It's very easy to cut once it is nice and set. Doesn't it look really pretty and festive? And it is going to look so good on your Christmas tray when you serve your family and friends with this lovely Christmas sweet. Now you can see how well the colors have blended together, the pink and the white. They really look so yummy and delicious. Now I have gone and cut this up into equal halves because it is a little heavy on the tummy to eat a lot of this sweet. So if you cut it up into little smaller sizes, especially people who are very health conscious about the sugar content, would like to have a smaller piece. So I have gone ahead and cut it out into smaller pieces. If you want to keep the whole squares, it's up to you. You can keep a whole square too. And I just tasted it, and it is just delicious. Yummilicious actually. So friends, our coconut ice is all ready. I hope you enjoyed watching this short and sweet recipe. I hope you will give it a try this Christmas season. Do let me know in the comments box below how you liked this easy coconut ice recipe. And if you like this So for these cherry knob biscuits, in a bowl, I'm going to add 100 ml of melted ghee or butter, clarified butter, and I'm going to whisk this for 5 minutes. Now I'm using an electric whisk. You can also use a regular whisk. To that, I'm going to add 125 grams of powdered sugar, and I'm going to mix these two really well, and again whisk this for 5 minutes. So you can put a timer on your phone, and whisk it till it becomes into a nice light pale yellow color. So all I'm doing is just trying to get everything from the sides, to the center. And now I'm going to add 250 grams of plain flour or maida, a little at a time, and just fold it in well. And now I'm just going to, use my hands, and I'm going to knead this to a very soft dough. Now the dough might seem soft and you might be tempted to add a little more flour, but don't do that. And now let the dough rest for about 15 minutes. So in the meantime, I'm going to set my oven to 170 degrees, preheat it up, and I'm also going to line my baking tray with some baking paper, and I'm also going to cut these cherries into halves. And now I'm just going to make small balls using a tablespoon like this and placing them, and then placing a cherry on top. So don't forget to preheat your oven, for 10 minutes. And now we're just going to bake this at 170 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Keep an eye on the biscuits. They shouldn't be brown, they shouldn't get brown on the top. And then let them cool on a baking rack or a cooling rack for at least 5 to 10 minutes. And you'll see that the base of it should be light brown in color, whereas the top should be white in color. And that's it, friends. These beautiful cherry knob biscuits are ready, and these will really look very pretty on your Christmas tray. So give this a try. So friends, let's start with today's beautiful recipe of marzipan fruits. So here I've taken 200 grams of cashew nuts. I've then soaked them in water for about 30 minutes. And then I'm going to grind them with a little bit of the water that it is soaked in to a very, very fine paste. We do not want any pieces of cashew nut in this paste. It should be completely and very fine. So this is our 200 grams of cashew nut paste, 200 grams of powdered sugar. This is 1 egg white and 1 teaspoon of almond essence. If you don't have almond essence, you can use vanilla essence too. So now I'm going to beat the egg white a bit, add that as well as the almond essence to the cashew nut paste, and really mix it in well. Now I've put a pan on low heat, a heavy bottom pan. I'm going to add this paste along with the sugar, and now all we have to do is just stir this really, really well till everything comes together. And then on a low to medium heat, using a wooden spoon with a long handle, we are going to continuously stir this mixture till it thickens and till it starts to leave the sides of the pan. Now I'm going to do the water test. So I've taken about half a cup of water, room temperature water, and I've added about half a teaspoon of the mixture. If you're able to form a firm ball like this, that means your mixture is ready. So now you just transfer the mixture onto a plate and let it cool completely. And then once it is cool, just knead it to a very, very smooth dough. Now we're going to divide the dough into 3 parts, and we're going to add colors of our choice. So I'm going with pastel colors like green, yellow, and red. So I'm using gel colors because they really, they work really well and they don't really stain your hands, as well as the color just comes to, the perfect color you're looking for. So get the color in so that you have no white spots on your dough. Now I'll show you how to shape the different fruits. So we're going to start with pears. So just make a round ball like this, smoothen it out, and then with your fingers just shape it to the top part of it, just narrow it down like this. Just the top part, and then flatten the base. So just keep on turning the top part like this. And then we're going to use cloves or lavangs as a stem. So once you've got the proper shape, just flatten the base and then just insert the clove with the the round end into the fruit, and that's your green pear. So I've done the same with the yellow too. And this marzipan dough is so easy to work with. So let the dough completely cool down, then knead them into small little rounds, and then bring all the doughs, together to form a nice, one single big dough. And these fruits have a okay, now I'm going to go with the apple. So I've just made a nice round and I've flattened the base. And then with a toothpick and a little bit of red color, I've just put a little bit of a kind of a design like this. It just makes the color, stand out a bit. And then again, insert it with the round of the lavang down. And that's your green apple. And now I'm going to do the strawberry. So I'm going to take the red and I'm just going to shape it like a strawberry. A little similar to the pear, but I'm going to flatten it down, and then I'm just going to lightly roll it over the rough edge of the grater, regular cheese grater, so it has that little bit of a rough kind of a strawberry look. And then again I'm going to insert the clove. Now I've taken a little bit of the red and the yellow together and formed an orange color, and I'm just going to make a round ball and I'm going to run it through the grater again, and I'm going to insert the long end of the clove into it and keep the round edge up, and that's how you get the orange. So I'm going to do this with all the fruits, with all the remaining dough. Just get creative, guys. You can make all the kind of fruits you want. You can make bananas and guava. Just go be really creative, and do send me pics also of all the fruits that you've made on my Facebook page. I'll leave a link below. And now if you want to make little leaves for the fruits, just take a little bit of the green, just shape it up like a leaf like this. And then, just insert it at the side like that. You can even take out the clove and just insert it so the leaf remains, firm into the fruit like this. Doesn't that look pretty? So my tip over here would be try to get your hands on pastel, gel colors rather than using the liquid colors. And, you'll really get these. And of course, I've added a little bit of purple and I made these little plums also. I love the strawberry effect. It really looks very nice, and so does the orange. So in the orange, you got to put the clove the other way around with the stick inside. And for the other fruits, I made a little bit of red apples also. So that's it, friends. This was a highly recommended video. I got many requests from many people. Akshata, please show us some, marzipan fruits. And I also got a request from one of my friends, Joan Mendes. So Joan, I hope you like this recipe. And to all of you all who had requested, I hope you all like this recipe. And all of you all, I hope you all try out this recipe and give your Christmas tray a new and beautiful look. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in my next recipe soon. Bye. So today we're going to make this lovely chewy milk toffee, and it has only 4 ingredients. Everyone, and welcome to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by. See loads and loads of Christmas recipes coming up on my channel. Most of my recipes are handed down to me by my mom in her Christmas recipe book. Let's get started with today's recipe. So in a pan, I'm going to be melting 100 grams or half a cup of butter. Once our butter melts, we're going to add 400 ml or one entire tin of condensed milk. We're going to mix all of this till the mixture begins to thicken, stirring continuously on a low to medium flame. Now, once our mixture thickens, we're going to add about 150 grams or 1 cup of cashew nut powder. Then we're going to add the raisins. That's about 1/4 of a cup or 40 grams. That is completely optional, but it does give a lovely taste to this toffee. Now we're going to continuously stir this till everything comes together and thickens. Now to see if our mixture is ready, we're going to take just about 1/4 of a teaspoon in some water, and if we are able to form a very smooth, a nice ball with this mixture, that means our mixture is ready. So now we're going to transfer this to a greased tray. I've just greased it with some clarified butter or ghee. You can also use regular butter. If you don't have a tray like this, you can just take any plate, preferably a steel plate, just grease it with some butter or ghee and just apply this paste and just even it out. Now we have to let this sit for at least 2 hours, and then we're just going to loosen the sides. We're going to demold it, and then we're going to just cut it up into squares or any design of your choice. And our lovely milk toffee is all ready to serve. This is such an easy recipe and it gets ready also pretty fast. I think within 10 minutes your mixture thickens, and then you can just let it set for about an hour or two. And then all you have to do is just cut it up, and it is really, really delicious. So this is going to really look so beautiful on your Christmas tray, and everyone's going to definitely ask you for this recipe. You can also store this in an airtight container for about a week or two. It has a long shelf life. And you can see it looks delicious, it is delicious, and when you just tear it apart, it's so nice and gooey and chewy. So I hope you try out this recipe and make this for your Christmas this year. And I hope you liked today's recipe. If you did, then don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share all my recipes, especially my Christmas recipes, with family and friends. I do need those views, and I do